I always welcome back to another league race. This time we're at TMC, and this is not Division 3, but this is Division 1 Reserve I did on the Monday to kind of set the table here. So, did practices, did all this good stuff, and things were going very well. Obviously, didn't qualify very well, you can see here. And heading through turns 1 and 2, and we have a nice little incident here where Perpetuity just steams up the inside, hits into the back of Darren Sinclair, and then harpoons into me as a result of the incident. And then later that lap I end up having wing damage. So that was just the beginning of a race that was just absolutely just completely ridiculous. So in qualifying, look, I could not even break into the 26s. I was like, oh crap, this is really bad. Even Joe Corby not I'm guessing. I just could. Everyone else could get into the 26s, and I felt like I couldn't. And I was like, "This is really, really bad." Like I was trying to get like 27.4 and stuff. Lap 7 here, I put too much throttle on coming out of Abbey, out of Farm, I think it is, and I just spun it. So I already really poor race is going much worse. I almost just completely destroyed Connor there, rejoined the track. That was my bad. Just out on medium, so obviously a pit stop here takes forever. So I kept racing. I thought I should quit, but I just kept racing for this exact reason. Maybe this would happen. A safety car is deployed. And I'm thinking, yes, I'm in 14th place. I'm well behind, obviously, but now I can come into the pit spot and set of softs. They didn't change my wing, so they're great. That's nice. So I still have wing damage. But look, we're kind of still in the race, kind of, and maybe penalties could be applied here. Wings go flying. There was, I think it was Afri Fish's wing. Going to try and make some overtakes here. There is Pascuba, who's involved in the incident with Afri. Another car going wide. There's Afri there, actually. So, look, it's all looking good. Lap 22, though, there is going to be another safety car, which is deployed now. So I thought, okay, well, I could come in for a new set of tyres maybe, and I did. Anyways, here comes the restart. 2 laps to go. I thought, look at all, like, I've no penalties. I think I've only got 1 warning. And the back end gets away from me in 6th gear. And there we go. So just an absolute, just a race where like all hope was lost, and the hope came back, and then all hope was lost. It was just really frustrating. But my pace was really bad. Here was the setup I used. It was 4/7 wings. You can see the transmission there, the suspension geometry the same there. High rear suspension to kind of help the car kind of just a little bit more stable on braking, coming through Magnus Beckett's, and tyre pressure all the way to the top. This is before the Div 1 race, by the way. So this was the setup. I actually turned down the tyre pressures a bit. So I thought, okay, I decided to take a new approach after this. This is now Division 3. I thought, okay, like if I'm going to be slow, I might as well be fast in a straight line. So I whacked down the wings to 2.5. So, and I had begun to creep into the 26s. I actually did 26.7 in time trial, and I've done 26.9s in excuse me, in a session. So there's my setup. A little bit less on the brakes actually than I'm used to. But and then a little bit different on the suspension as such. But anyways, first run here, you can see I've actually run out of ERS quite early. I invalidated my first lap. I had little ERS for the rest of Sector 3 basically, but it's a 27.2 as a banker, which is pretty good. Here it was, I was up by a tenth or so, only a tenth and a half, and it all just got away from me in Beckett's and Chapel. So I did actually improve, but not by a lot, worth a showing really. So P2 in qualifying, not bad at all. Definitely the best that was achievable, because Bullet Boy did a 26.5. I was happy to be the only other person into the 26s. Like, this is, I felt like I really did a good job to get that 26.9 in. Put myself in a good position on this grid, but this is the big part. I'm glad to have the inside line here, because if we go for 5 lights, away we go. See, I don't get the most amazing start. Caesar's going to be immediately coming up on my left, and I don't like being in the car on the outside, because I feel I have to yield to the car on the inside. So I was so thankful to have that run through the inside there as we head down towards turn 3 there. Still holding in second place. I was really nervous for this, because like obviously starting second, there was so much to lose rather than to gain. So I just need a decent start, because in the past I've actually held good grid position around here. It was League 1, I believe, in division the old I think it was season 4. I qualified 3rd, and I just dropped very quickly. It was back in a time where my qualify was much better than my race. my race pace, and that's kind of gone the opposite way in recent years, but or recent games. But just settling nicely into things here, just nice and easy through cops. Just yeah, I just want to err on the side of caution. I was conscious of two things: one, losing the back end through the first part of the track, but mostly through the last corner through club, I believe. And it was just that was a really poor run. Like I knew, like that put me under pressure there from Caesar. Like I was like, I cannot have runs like that through Maggots Beckett Chapel. I did a practice race in Grand Prix mode and kind of, just for line and consistency, and I did figure out a consistent way through Maggots Beckett Chapel. So I was happy with that going forward. I just need to execute it, but that was not a good example of executing it. So you can kind of see off the bat that Bullet Boy is kind of in a bit of a different league in this one. By the way, I bumped up the wings to 3.5 for the race. 2.5 for qualifying, 3.5 for the race. Lap 3, I'm in big trouble here because you can see I'm I'm not within DRS of Bullet Boy, and Caesar's within DRS of me, so I have to go defensive to the left hand side. I have to force him the long way on the outside, and it's a big long corner. A little bit of contact there, didn't mean to hit his tyre, but thankfully no damage done, just tyre to tyre contact, and we can continue on our way. But that was a big moment to kind of hold the inside and keep that position. My runs through cops are fairly decent, and that allowed me some sort of breathing room anyways. I'm running 3.5 wings, so I'm going to be tough to overtake in a straight line, and I'm doing a decent job saving the RS in various spots. I'm going into none. Big shout out to Calsper for watching Calsper race in a practice session. Kind of helped with the ERS management for sure. I know I could just whack it down then to meet him because he's nowhere near Caesar to make an overtake. I'm going to be tough to overtake in a straight line. So that's my theory. Is like if I'm going to be slow, I might as well be quick in a straight line at least. So lap 5, you see 3.2 seconds to Bullet Boy in front. I almost lose the car there. That wasn't the first time that happened. Like that was the first time this race, but wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the only time rather. Hairy moment, just took too much of the curb at Abbey, and I just had to be really careful of that. But you see behind me there's a bit of a DRS tray behind me. There's Caesar, there's Stevie G, there's PFC Steve, and I think Unsafe Release is the other car. So Bullet Boy has just gone up the road, like, and it's just it's just kind of keep second place really. So Caesar gets a little bit closer here. I actually put down the deployment in the mixture a little bit earlier than I should have, but thankfully didn't pay the price there, and keep the position and make sure to get to rich and high. I started with 3 or so laps of fuel, which is a good amount. Actually a little bit, I think I'll do saving later on, but it would certainly it was a good amount anyways. And this is a bit of chaos in front because there's my teammate there, I believe, and then there's a ghost car. This really put me off. But then at this exact moment, Caesar went off. He spun, unrelated to anything that I was doing, or he just spun off the corner, and I was like, oh, what a relief, because I was just flustered, like seeing 2 cars like that in front of me, and I was really flustered with it. So I was really happy that actually. I'm unfortunate for Caesar, obviously, but like it definitely helped relieve the pressure from me anyway. So, anyways, big shock retired on the left. I thought, oh, this could be an easy safety car trigger, so I'm going to come in. Plus, it was kind of I was getting thinking around time to come in anyways. I could see there that CVG hit to the back of me and got wing damage. If you go back and look at it, I was actually just over the speed limit, just a couple of meters before the line, and I had to get under and put on the brakes. And I was very cautious of his entry. You can see there CVG's entry is just much better, but sadly he got wing damage, and he had a chat. I was just chatting to him after the race about it, and he said no, like he said it was, I think he was more relieved about the ultimate end result in the end. You'll see what happens. You see Ali there stacking. Bullet Boy also pitted this lap, so there's no hard feelings with Stevie G at all, so that was cool. And I was like this. Things like that leave a sour taste in my mouth. I was like, it's not my intention, obviously, and something happened. So, anyways, we emerged at a nice little spot there. Bullet Boy's just gone, man. He's even further ahead somehow. Actually, you can see how much time I actually lost in the pit entry, because obviously he's a lot further ahead than when he was than when he entered the pits. Obviously, because we pitched the same lap, so no undercut really. So I popped just ahead of Silas here in P7, so now I could just soldier on. Stevie G is going to be an issue. I believe he also has a penalty at this point as well. There's a car off in front of me. I think Chubbs and Bullet Boy had an incident in front. No damage, so it didn't. All it really affected. I thought. Well, I'm not sure because you're going to see what happens in a sec. We closed out the gap obviously from like 8 seconds to just under 3, I believe. So as the people come into the pits, lap 11, you can see the gap 3.1 seconds in front. There's a nice little battle emerging behind. There's Steve, and there's Unsafe Release, and Stevie G is in the mix there as well. So this lap 11 Bullet Boy pits, and this puts me in the effective race lead. And so maybe he got damaged, maybe just the tires are bad. I'm not sure what happened, but why he pitched it again. But anyways, that releases me. I've no warnings at this stage, and honestly, it was lap 12. I'm not really pushing. I'm just kind of taking it easy. A little bit of a lift through Abbey. Just take it nice and easy through cops, no warnings. Through easy Mackett to Beckett's nice and easy, no warnings there either. Just nice and easy. The race was mine to control. I had no penalties. Decent gap, and my pace wasn't that bad either. Even with taking it easy, saving me a bit of ERS. Lap 17 going to 18, Matt Holmes pits, which releases me into P1. And yeah, from this stage it was again for the majority of this race it was pretty boring, but. They're squabbling still behind there, Unsafe Release, Stevie G and PFC Steve, and that just kind of helped. That kind of helped just relieve the pressure. I was able to extend a bit of time while saving. Stevie G did get by them eventually and started closing up a little bit, but again he had a 3-second penalty. Everyone behind me of those contenders, Unsafe Release, Stevie G and PFC Steve all had penalties, so there's no need for me to worry. Lap times were nice and consistent. I was happy with them as well, despite that I was saving as well. I did a PB on lap 24, I believe. So yeah, a track that I expected nothing out of, especially after Div 1 on Monday as a reserve. A big turnaround, big turnaround, but obviously got a good bit of luck today. Anyways, it's 2 wins out of 3 across the line, and that's a big one. That's a big win right there. With other people, Caesar, Albin, a bit further back, Ali further back as well in this race. That was a big win. So really happy with that. Big turnaround. I did not expect much heading into this one, I have to be honest. But a big turnaround, obviously a big slice of luck as well. Again, that Bullet Boy had an incident in front of him, or that he was involved in one. Because obviously it goes without saying that if he was out, he was in a league of his own today in terms of pace. But that being said, you do have to actually, it's 26 laps, not just one, and or 5, or the case may be. So, yeah, happy days. Next, that kind of, I wouldn't say, I believe now that kind of, at least for the time being, this kind of puts. The tracks I was really looking forward to in a sense. Silverstone. Well, I say what I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to Silverstone after practice. After doing that, after my first practice session, I was like, oh, this is not good. So Austria, obviously, I wasn't really a fan of going into it, but we do have some good tracks coming up that I do really enjoy. Again, I'm not sure about pace. But Hockenheim, I think, could be a strong one. We'll find out. I do enjoy Hockenheim quite a bit, obviously, other than Turn 1. Hungary, I'm going to look forward to quite a bit. I do enjoy Hungary, and Hungary's been a track that's been quite good to me, so I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously, then Belgium, Spa be write-offs, but Belgium and Monza be write-offs, but that's for then. For now, just enjoying this win, an unexpected win at Silverstone, but a good qualifying really put me in a good position, and defending the insides of Turn 1 and keeping that position from Caesar, I think was the big key to victory here today. But anyways, thanks very much for watching. Next up is Germany. And yeah, until next time.
Hit man finish. Where?